FreeCAD is a really nice program with huge capabilities, and it allows you to create 3D models, and most importantly, it is a completely free program that anyone can use. However, FreeCAD is not perfect and there are certain things that don't work very well in this system. And in this video, I will show you how I dealt with the issues that don't work quite well in FreeCAD. FreeCAD is parametric 3D CAD system, and that means we create a 3D model whose dimensions we can change at any stage of creating the 3D solid. So if I now already have a finished 3D model, I can go back to the first stage and I can make some changes to the dimensions here. These changes were applied to the solid, the model was recalculated to the introduced changes, even though this was the first stage of creating the 3D solid. And that is a huge advantage of FreeCAD. However, if I now, for example, based on this part, I wanted to make a part with walls of specific thickness, meaning I select the faces to remove and choose the thickness operation to create a solid, for example, with walls 3 mm thick, I click OK, then it didn't work correctly. The top faces here in this case were not removed, and the thickness operation is one of the operations that sometimes fails and doesn't work entirely correctly. And in situations like this, instead of looking for a workaround, I use another 3D CAD system, which, when combined with FreeCAD, gives really nice capabilities. In a moment I will show you that program, but now I'll simply show you how to design such a part in FreeCAD. I'll create a new project as a parametric part, and here I'll start by creating a sketch on the XZ plane. First, I'll create an initial outline of this model using the polyline command, and I draw roughly this shape. OK, I right-click to finish the polyline drawing command, and now I select this line, press the D key, and here as the length I enter, for example, 150. Now I select this edge. Here as the length I enter 50. Next this edge. Here as the length I enter 70. And now I select this edge, and here as the dimension I enter, for example, 25. I select this edge, and here as the dimension I enter 15, and I close the sketch, and based on this sketch I create a solid by revolving the sketch around the axis. By default the vertical sketch axis is selected, I click OK, and we have a solid like this. Now I'll create further elements of this solid. I create a new sketch on the XZ plane. Here I switch to the view of the sketch plane. I select the external projection command and I create reference geometry to this edge. And here I'll start by drawing a circle. I draw a circle so that the center of this circle lies on this line. The diameter is arbitrary for now. I don't dimension the diameter. And I select the polyline drawing command. And I draw the polyline in such a way that the first point of the polyline is tangent to the circle. Simply here, when the tangency constraint appears next to the cursor, I click the left mouse button. Next, I place the second point of the polyline roughly here. I place the point of the polyline at this point. And I place the fourth point of the polyline roughly in this place to finish drawing the polyline on the circle. And I right-click to finish this command. Now I select the trim geometry command and I trim fragments of the geometry. I right-click to cancel this command. I check whether a constraint was applied here. Okay, we don't have a constraint, so I select this point, I select this point, and I press the C key to apply the coincident constraint. Next, I select this line and press the V key so that this line is a vertical line. And now I define the dimensions. I select this line, press the D key, and here I enter the dimension value, for example 55. And now I select this line, and here as the dimension value I enter, for example, 7. Okay, I right click to cancel dimensioning. Here we have information that the sketch is over constrained. I click on this constraint. Okay, I right click here and delete this constraint. We have 1 degree of freedom here, and I'll do it like this. I select this point, I select this point, and I press the H key to apply here a constraint, indicating that these 2 points lie on the same horizontal line. And okay, now the sketch looks correct. I close the sketch and choose the pocket operation. Here I choose the symmetric mode, and here through all to remove material through the entire solid, and I click OK. Now I select this operation, choose the mirror command, and here I click OK because I want to get a copy of this feature on the other side of the solid. And okay, we have something like this. And now I select the command to create a sketch, and I create a sketch on the YZ plane. I switch to the view of the sketch plane. I select the external projection command and I create reference geometry to this solid. Here, as you can see, several reference geometries have been created, and this external projection option works a bit differently than in previous versions of FreeCAD. It creates more reference geometry here, and this can be useful in some cases. And here, like this, I select the polyline drawing command and I draw a polyline roughly like this. Okay, right click to finish this command, and here I check whether this polyline point has been constrained to this edge of the solid. And here these polyline points should also be constrained to the solid. I select this edge, press the D key, and here I enter, for example, 25. Next I select this edge, I select this edge, and here as the angle I enter 30 degrees. I close the sketch, and now I choose the pocket operation. Here type two-sided and through all to make a cut through the entire solid. Here as the type we choose symmetric, okay, so that it's simply done through in both directions. And I click OK, and we have a solid like this. I'll save this model, and okay, I have the solid saved, and now if I wanted to create based on this solid a solid with walls of a specific thickness, that is, I select the faces to remove and choose the thickness operation, then here I can already see that it won't work. It's very possible that we could apply a different approach here. We could approach it a bit differently and somehow we could create it, but I use FreeCAD often enough that I simply don't want to look for a workaround every time and think about how to do something. So I decided that I would use another tool for this, which is more flexible when it comes to working on 3D solids. And this tool is Plasticity, which is paid software, but its price is at an acceptable level for hobbyists, small companies, small workshops, and most importantly, a Plasticity license, even though it is paid, is a perpetual license. And for me, this is quite important. Even though I use many subscription solutions, simply there are many programs that exist only in such a version that we have to pay a subscription every month or every year. And I have no choice. And I simply have to pay it. So I value solutions that are open source solutions or have a perpetual license. That's why I choose Plasticity, which improves my work a bit with creating 3D solids. Plasticity in itself is great 3D software, but it is software in which a direct approach to 3D modeling is used. That is, everything we do directly on the model, and we don't have an operation history there, and we can't at any moment go back to a previously performed operation and change some dimensions. There you have to do everything on the model, and sometimes to change one dimension you simply have to adjust several parts of the model. But this video is not about that. If you want to learn more about Plasticity, about creating 3D models in this program, then in the description under this video you'll find a link to a video in which I discuss the basics of 3D modeling in Plasticity in quite detail. And now I'll show you how I combine working with FreeCAD with working in Plasticity. So FreeCAD is a parametric system, and it has this advantage that now I can go back to the first stage of creating 3D solid, and I can, for example, change this dimension here. If I made this object and it turns out that I need to introduce some corrections, then I simply change the dimension and I don't have to build this model from scratch. However, as you saw here, I couldn't easily create, based on this solid, an element with walls of a specific thickness. That's why in such problematic situations I export this solid to the step format. So here I choose File, Export, and here I choose the step file format and specify the name of this file. I click Save, and here I just make sure that the units are selected as millimeters, and I click OK. And this model has been exported to the step format, and step is a universal data exchange format between CAD/CAM systems, and despite the fact that I created this model in FreeCAD, I can open this model in another program. I will now launch Plasticity, and as you can see, Plasticity looks a bit different, but it's a really great program, and the Plasticity license costs under $200, and in the description under this video you'll find a discount code that will reduce this price by 10%. So if you like to use it, you can use that discount code. I know that for some people this may be a high price, but if you regularly create 3D models and issues regularly appear where FreeCAD can't quite handle it, the combining FreeCAD with Plasticity can be a cheaper option than buying some other 3D CAD system. I think it's simply worth testing Plasticity, and I think it's simply worth knowing that there is such a possibility. I will load into Plasticity the model that I exported from FreeCAD. Here I choose the import option from the menu. Next I select the file that I created in FreeCAD. I click Open, and here I click OK. And we have this model imported into Plasticity, and now in Plasticity we can introduce changes to this model. And here, to create a solid with walls of a specific thickness, we simply switch to selecting faces. In this program we select the faces with the Shift key, and OK, and we choose the hollow operation, and here we can specify either thickness inward or thickness outward. Here, as you can see, we also can't increase this to some large value because the shape of this model blocks it. But in this case, I want to make the thickness inward, and to specify a specific value, I enter -3, press enter, and enter once more to confirm it. And here it worked without any problem. Of course, in this program we also could make such a part without any problem, but this program is a program in which a direct approach to 3D modeling is used, and everything we do directly on the model. And to introduce any changes, we also have to introduce those changes on the model. In some situations this is convenient, in some it isn't. That's why I think that simply the best way to check it is to test this program and see how 3D models are created in this program. And if you want to do that, in the description under this video I include a link to an almost 2-hour tutorial in which I show the basics of 3D modeling in Plasticity. And situations may appear where it's better to create a 3D model from start to finish in Plasticity, but there may also be many situations where it's better to create an initial 3D model in FreeCAD and then export this model to the step format and perform such final operations in Plasticity. And in my case, this approach where I combine working in FreeCAD with working in Plasticity turned out to be very effective and very useful, and it reduced many moments of frustration related to working with FreeCAD. Of course, FreeCAD is a great tool, but situations arise where it doesn't quite cope, and then simply instead of wasting time looking for a workaround, instead of getting annoyed, I used Plasticity, and at a relatively small cost, because comparing the price of Plasticity to the price, for example, Autodesk Fusion, I have a nice set of tools that gives me really huge possibilities. And okay, we will end this video here. Thanks for watching and please subscribe to this channel.